Let me tell you something. There's a reason people do a double take when they hear your age. You say 40, and they say, stop playing. You can't be a day over 30. You smile, but deep down, you know there's something different about you. And today, we're going to talk about it. Not just the obvious stuff, good genes, good skin, but the real reasons, the surprising reasons, the kind of stuff that starts on the inside and shows up on the outside. Protecting your peace isn't just some feel-good slogan. It's a form of survival. In a world that moves fast, screams loud, and expects more from you every single day, peace becomes sacred. And yet, most people give it away without a fight. They trade it for arguments that don't matter, for relationships that don't serve them, for validation from people who wouldn't even notice if they stopped showing up. But the ones who hold on to their peace, they walk differently. They live lighter. And it shows. See, stress is one of the most silent but powerful forces working against your well-being. You can't always see it coming. You might even ignore it at first, but it creeps in, tightening your chest, stealing your sleep, putting tension in your shoulders and years on your face. It's not just emotional, it's physical. Chronic stress impacts everything from your skin to your heart, from your digestion to your smile. It speeds up aging in ways you can't imagine. Wrinkles, gray hairs, fatigue, that worn-out look in your eyes. The body keeps the score. But when you protect your peace, you protect your youth. You stop letting every comment online bother you. You don't answer every call from chaos. You don't get involved in every storm someone tries to drag you into. And that choice, that discipline to keep yourself centered, slows down time in a way people can feel when they look at you and become grounded. You say, this is my line. I don't cross it, and I don't let others cross it either. That boundary becomes your defense system. Not because you're hard or cold, but because you've learned that not everything deserves your energy. Some things are beneath your reaction. Some arguments don't need a reply. Some situations don't require your presence. And the more you live like that, the more peace becomes your default, not just your goal. Peace doesn't mean you avoid life's problems. It means you face them without letting them define you. It's not about pretending everything's okay. It's about choosing what you focus on. It's about understanding that your mind is a garden and you don't let weeds of worry grow wild in it. You water thoughts that bring calm, clarity, and confidence. That choice, day by day, keeps you looking younger, walking lighter, and living stronger. There's a glow that peace brings. It's subtle, but real. People don't always know what it is. They just say, you've got something about you. It's not makeup. It's not money. It's peace. And it reflects in your skin, your eyes, your posture, and your voice. It makes you magnetic without you even trying. So when you wake up, protect it. When the world pulls at you, guard it. When people try to disturb it, pause and choose wisely. Your peace is your youth. Your peace is your beauty. Your peace is your power. And the moment you stop trading it for things that drain you, you'll notice the change, not just in your spirit, but in your reflection. Because when the inside is calm, the outside can shine. There's something magical about a mind that never stops learning. Curiosity has a quiet power. It keeps you sharp, engaged, and full of wonder. It's not just about gathering knowledge or reading books. It's about staying open to new ideas, new perspectives, new experiences. That openness keeps you youthful in a way no product ever could. You ever notice how kids are always asking questions, always exploring, always experimenting, always looking at the world with wide eyes? That curiosity is what keeps them full of energy. Somewhere along the way, many adults lose that spark. They get caught in routine. They stop asking why. They stop exploring how. They settle into comfort zones that become cages. And that's when things start to age. Not just the body, but the spirit. But when you stay curious, life never gets stale. You keep learning, and not just in school or formal settings. You learn from people, from places, from mistakes, from silence. You try new things. Maybe you pick up a hobby, learn a new language, try to cook a new dish, travel somewhere unfamiliar, or start reading about topics you never thought you'd be interested in. Every new experience becomes a spark. That spark fuels your brain, and a fueled brain is an active one. An active mind actually changes your brain chemistry. It increases neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to adapt and grow. It strengthens your memory, improves your focus, and keeps your reflexes sharp. But more than that, it gives you a reason to get up and go. It gives your day purpose. Purpose, my friend, is a youth elixir, all on its own. When you stop learning, life starts shrinking. Your world gets smaller. Your thoughts grow stale. But when you keep learning, everything feels possible. You stay excited. That excitement shows. People can feel it in your energy, hear it in your voice, and see it in your eyes. That's the kind of thing that keeps people saying, "You don't seem your age at all." And it's not about knowing everything. It's about being humble enough to admit you don't. That humility, paired with a hunger to grow, keeps you grounded and wise. It helps you connect with others because you're not above learning from anyone. That attitude radiates confidence, not arrogance. And confidence is always attractive, always youthful. Curiosity also keeps you mentally flexible. You're not stuck in old beliefs just because they're familiar. You're willing to evolve. That kind of mental agility protects you from the bitterness that often comes with age. You don't grow cynical, you grow wise. You don't resist change, you welcome it as a teacher. The most youthful people aren't the ones with the smoothest skin. They're the ones with the most alive minds. They're the ones who stay engaged with the world, who still ask questions, who still seek answers, who still dream like they've got forever. And that spirit, that mindset, it's contagious. It lights up a room. So stay curious. Keep feeding your mind. Keep stretching it, challenging it, expanding it. Don't just grow older, grow deeper, grow wiser, grow wider. There's a certain kind of medicine that doesn't come in bottles, pills, or injections. It doesn't cost a dime, but it's more powerful than most people realize. That medicine is laughter. Real laughter. The kind that comes from deep in your belly. The kind that makes you tear up, makes you hold your sides, and leaves you feeling lighter than before. That kind of joy, it's healing. And it's one of the most natural, effective ways to keep yourself looking and feeling young. You ever see someone laugh like a child? No filters, no hesitation, just pure delight. That's not just beautiful, it's powerful. Laughter reduces stress hormones, increases oxygen intake, improves circulation, and boosts your immune system. It literally helps your body heal. When you laugh, your brain releases endorphins, the feel-good chemicals that lift your mood and relax your body. It's like your whole system gets a little reset, a little recharge. That's why people who laugh often tend to live longer and look younger. But this isn't just about the science. It's about the spirit. Joy adds years to your life and life to your years. When you walk around with a smile that comes from within, people notice. That light in your eyes, that ease in your face, it's not something you can fake. It's the result of choosing joy, of finding humor, even in the hard time. Because let's be real, life gets heavy. There are bills, losses, deadlines, disappointments, and heartbreaks. But those who find a way to laugh anyway, those are the ones who stay young at heart. Not because life is easy, but because they refuse to let life steal their joy. That resilience, finding laughter in the storm, is what keeps your spirit vibrant. It's what keeps lines from setting too deep in your face and your soul. You see, joy doesn't come from everything going right. It comes from choosing to see the light, even in the darkness. It comes from gratitude, from silliness, from not taking yourself too seriously. And laughter, it's joy's loudest expression. It's your body's way of saying, I'm still here. I'm still alive. I still believe in beauty. And don't underestimate the ripple effect. Laughter is contagious. It draws people in. It builds connection. When you can laugh with someone, barriers break down. Judgment falls away. You remember what it feels like to just be human, to be free. That connection, that shared joy, it fills your life with warmth. And warmth is always more attractive than perfection. So don't hold it in. Don't stifle your laughter because you think it's too loud or too much. Let it out. Laugh until your stomach hurts, until your face lights up, until you forget why you were stressed in the first place. That kind of laughter is a gift. Not just to you, but to the people around you. And if you're wondering why people say you look younger than your age, maybe it's because you haven't let life make you bitter. You haven't let the world make you cold. You still find moments to laugh. That joy writes itself on your face in ways no cream, no makeup, no procedure ever could. So go ahead, find the funny, watch the comedy, call the friend who makes you crack up, dance like a fool, smile at strangers, let joy live on your face and in your body. Because laughter doesn't just change the moment, it changes you. And the more you laugh, the more you glow. Love is one of those rare things in life that you can give away freely and still never run out of. It's not just a feeling, it's a force. And when you live in love, when you move through the world with an open heart, it reflects in every part of you. You look lighter, walk brighter, and carry yourself with a glow that no highlighter can create. Love is, without a doubt, the real youth serum. See, when you love deeply, whether it's your family, your friends, your partner, your children, or even yourself, you activate something powerful in your spirit. Love softens you. It makes you more compassionate, more patient, more forgiving. And that softness, that's the key to staying young. Because bitterness, resentment, jealousy, those things harden you. They put weight on your shoulders and lines on your face. But love lightens your load. It takes years off you. When you love openly, you stay connected to your emotions. You don't bury them or run from them. You feel fully and you give freely. That openness keeps your heart healthy, not just metaphorically, but literally. Studies show that people who experience love regularly have lower blood pressure, healthier hearts, and longer lifespans. That's no coincidence. Your body responds to love. It calms your nervous system, it strengthens your immune system, it gives your mind a sense of peace that radiates outward. And it's not just about romantic love. That's part of it, sure, but love shows up in many forms. It's in the way you check on a friend, the way you smile at a stranger, the way you show kindness without expecting anything in return. It's in your ability to forgive, to listen, to support. Every time you choose love over fear, over pride, over anger, you become younger in spirit. People who walk in love walk differently. They don't carry the same tension in their faces. Their eyes aren't dull. They sparkle. Their energy isn't heavy. It lifts others up. You feel it when they enter a room. It's not that their life is perfect. It's that they lead with love, and love, when practiced daily, becomes a kind of invisible glow that surrounds you. It changes your energy, and energy is everything. When you choose to love, even after being hurt, even after being disappointed, you reclaim your power. Because love doesn't make you weak. It makes you strong. It makes you brave. It takes courage to love in a world that often teaches us to protect ourselves, to guard our hearts, to stay distant. But those who risk it anyway, they gain something far more valuable than protection. They gain freedom. They gain youth. And don't forget self-love. That's the root of it all. When you love yourself, not in arrogance, but in acceptance, you treat yourself better. You eat better. You rest better. You speak to yourself with kindness. You move through the world like someone who knows their worth. That confidence, that inner peace, it shows. People can see it in your posture, in your skin, in your smile. So love. Love fiercely. Love often. Love even when it's hard. Because love is the secret that keeps you soft in a hard world. It keeps you hopeful in a world that sometimes feels dark. And that hope, that softness, that light, that's what makes you look and feel. You don't have to chase youth. Just choose love over and over again. Let it be the rhythm of your life. Let it be your response to the world. There's something powerful about a person who walks with purpose. You can see it before they even speak. It's in their posture, in the way they enter a room, in the energy they carry. Purpose gives you direction, it gives you drive, and more than anything, it keeps you vibrant. When you wake up knowing that your life has meaning, something you're moving toward, something you believe in, it breathes life into your spirit. And that life shows up in your body, in your face, and in the way you move through the world. Purpose isn't just about your job or your title. It's deeper than that. It's the reason you get up in the morning. It's what gives your days weight and your actions meaning. You don't have to be saving the world to live with purpose. Maybe your purpose is to raise good kids. Maybe it's to serve others, to create, to teach, to heal, to build something meaningful, or to spread love wherever you go. Whatever it is, when you're connected to it, it changes everything. Without purpose, life starts to feel heavy. You move slower, not just physically, but mentally, emotionally, spiritually. Days blur together. Motivation fades. And little by little, that lack of direction begins to show in your energy, in your eyes, in the way you speak. It's like your light dims a little more every day. But when you move with intention, when every step you take is backed by something meaningful, you light back up. People who live with purpose don't age the same. They don't carry the same kind of fatigue because they're not just going through the motions. They're fueled by something internal, something powerful. That fuel becomes a kind of fire that keeps them going, even when life gets hard, especially when life gets hard, because purpose gives you endurance. It reminds you that what you're doing matters. And when what you're doing matters, you don't waste time. You live fully. You also carry a different kind of presence. Purpose gives you confidence, not arrogance, but grounded, centered confidence. You walk into spaces knowing who you are and why you're here. That clarity gives your face a glow, your voice more strength, your presence more gravity. People feel it before they even understand it. That's what purpose does. It speaks before you do. And here's the thing. Purpose doesn't just keep you focused. It keeps you young. It keeps you moving. It keeps you engaged. And when you're engaged with life, life responds. Your body gets the signal that it's not done, that it's still needed, that it still matters. So it keeps going. It stays sharp. It fights harder to keep you strong. There's a kind of peace that comes from living on purpose. You stop comparing yourself to everyone else. You stop chasing trends. Stop seeking approval. Stop wasting time on things that don't align with your mission. And that kind of focus, that kind of alignment, it brings peace. And peace, as we've said before, keeps you young. So whatever season of life you're in, find your purpose. Reconnect with it. And if you don't know what it is yet, that's okay. Start by asking, what makes you feel alive? What breaks your heart? What lights you up? What makes you lose track of time? Follow that. And then pour yourself into it. Because when you move with purpose, you move differently. You speak with more passion. You love with more intention. You live with more joy. And all of that combined, that's what keeps you glowing, keeps you vibrant, and keeps people asking, what's your secret, Ben? There's something timeless about a person who still dreams. You can see it in their eyes, that spark, that light, that quiet fire that says, I'm not done yet. Dreamers don't walk like everyone else. They carry something inside that defies the clock. It's not just about ambition. It's not just about goals. It's about having a vision for the future that pulls you forward, no matter your age, no matter your stage. And that vision, that hope, it's one of the greatest youth elixirs on earth. See, when you stop dreaming, you start aging. You may still be alive, but you're no longer living. You wake up out of habit not out of passion. You go through the motions, not out of purpose, but out of obligation. The days blend together and life starts to lose its color. But when you're a dreamer, every day feels like possibility. Even the hard days, even the ones that knock you down, because you still see something ahead, something worth reaching for, something bigger than where you are right now. Hope keeps your spirit young. It keeps your heart beating with a little more rhythm, a little more joy. It keeps your imagination alive. And imagination is where youth lives. You ever notice how children dream without limits? They say they want to be astronauts, artists, superheroes, and they believe it with every fiber of their being. That belief, that openness, that wonder, that's youth in its purest form. And you don't have to lose it just because you've grown older. In fact, the most radiant people are often the ones who never stop dreaming, even when life gave them every reason to. Dreaming gives your soul something to hold on to. It brings light to dark places. It whispers, there's more for you, keep going. And when you live with that whisper in your spirit, it shows. People feel it in your presence. You walk like you've got a future. You talk like there's more to come. That energy is magnetic. That hope is contagious. That's why dreamers don't age the same way everyone else does. It's not about avoiding wrinkles or pretending time doesn't pass. It's about staying connected to the part of you that still believes, still creates, still plans, still pushes. The world tries to convince you to stop dreaming. It says you're too old, too late, too far behind. But the truth is, the moment you stop dreaming is the moment you start settling. And settling is what ages the soul. Dreamers keep evolving. They keep reinventing themselves. They don't get stuck in who they were. They're always becoming who they're meant to be. In that becoming, that forward motion, it's like fuel for the body and food for the spirit. It keeps you learning, moving, growing. And that growth shows in your face, your energy, your presence. You don't need to chase youth. You just need to chase purpose, chase vision, chase what lights you up inside. Because when you're filled with hope, you walk lighter. You carry yourself like someone who still has something to contribute. Someone who knows that their best days aren't behind them. They're ahead. So keep dreaming, dream bold, dream loud, dream like your age doesn't matter, because it doesn't. The soul has no expiration date, and as long as you're breathing, there's still time to become, to build, to create, to love, to live fully. Because the real secret, youth was never just about how you look. It's about how you live. And when you live with a dream in your heart, a vision in your mind, and hope in your step, time can't touch you,